Sata organized an unforgettable educational field trip for the students and teachers of Diafa International School, Abu Dhabi. From iconic landmarks like the Statue of Liberty and Capitol Building to the thrilling Maid of the Mist ride and a full day at NASA, this journey was filled with discovery and excitement.
This trip was truly amazing and I'm so glad we got to experience it together. One of the highlights for me was our visit to NASA in Orlando. We spent the entire day there learning about space exploration, seeing real rockets, and hearing inspiring stories about astronauts. It was so exciting and I could see the students getting really passionate about space. At the end of the tour, they even received certificates which made the experience way extra special.
When we went to Niagara Falls, it was the best part of the entire trip. We went through a ferry under the falls. It was so misty, it was foggy, but it was the most beautiful view I've ever seen in my life.
We were at the airport. It was my first time going alone, so I was kind of scared, but I really enjoyed it. My friends hugged me and my teachers hugged me. After we boarded the plane, it was 17 hours. The first 2 hours were a bit boring, but I got to talk a lot with my friends. I got to know more about kind of who they were, like great bonding. So when we landed, I was a bit tired, but we went on a bus and we saw what the USA used like, and it was really cool. Just like houses, some tall skyscrapers or buildings, and we saw like lots of greenery compared to what I usually skip, which is like pavement and stuff.
They got in and expecting it to be like Dubai, but when they got into the city themselves, they were so absorbed into each of the places that they visited. When they got to the Turkish chocolate factory, it was stunning to them. They got to engage in all of the chocolates, and they didn't think that they would get so much of chocolates in one day, and they managed to get all that they required.
The NASA experience was very inspiring for all of us. We got to see real-life rockets and learn about the mission the astronauts had worked on them. We got to go and try some simulation rides that showed us how it felt like to be an astronaut in space. So that gave us a lot of information. And as well as there was a speech by a real-life astronaut, and he answered a bunch of questions for us, and we got a certificate at the end.
Capitol building was very cool. I saw Abraham Lincoln sitting in a chair in a very colorful pose, which really shaped his value. And I saw a lot of writing on the wall, which I don't really understand, but it was like really cool to take pictures with. After that, I would remember going to NASA, which was my third favorite place because I saw lots of full rockets, and I actually didn't know much about the stars, but it sparked my interest in space and etc. So that was really cool. And we also saw like a simulation in which they show how scary it was and how much pressure people had to deal with launching people into space, the first man into space on the moon, right? We launched on. So they showed how all systems stopped working for a few seconds, and after that, how everything went well. They became the first people on the moon. So that was also cool. Very exciting and informational. When we were at Capitol building, there was a lot of information given about different historical events that took place. I really liked the Abraham Lincoln statue as well. It was very cool.
I would just say that it was very exciting. All the rides were very fun, and we got to see the parade of the many different turns. Seeing them in real life was like a very exciting experience. The Niagara Falls, it's very beautiful, as well as we got to go on the boat ride. And seeing that the Niagara Falls at night, it's like a whole other experience.
First, we went to Statue of Liberty, and I will never forget the moment when I saw it. It was so marvelous. So I remember I was at the ferry, and I got a glimpse of the statue. Then I felt it. I had traveled such a long journey, and it was worth it. Once I got there, I was completely speechless. And after that, we explored the rest of New York. The buildings were so towering high, and it gave such a nice vibe.
I think it's extremely important to use to bond educational field trips because it helps them to connect all of the stuff that they study at class to all of the real world life examples for them. And making these connections is extremely important in understanding theoretical content. So I would suggest any school that is thinking about taking their students on this trip, they should definitely give it a go.
A student cannot learn everything by just sitting in a classroom and watching. Like, a lot of people know that Buzz Aldrin was the second man on the moon, but they don't know the journey that it took, like the rocket, how it was made, the pressure people worked in, and the communication between the team that had to get them there. Not everybody gets interested just by oh, okay, space, Buzz Aldrin, wow, right? Everything in a classroom, everything's for the next exam. But when you're actually inside, you can feel the air around you, and you can see simulations. Even the gift shop, when you see the tiny rocket models, you kind of start getting just like I got interested in space after going to NASA.
Sasha made very, very good arrangements with the entire trip. From start to end, we always knew where we needed to go. We always knew what we needed to do in a particular place, and we were always on time for everything, never needing to wait more than 30 minutes to get into the facility or into a hotel. The travel arrangements in terms of flights and in terms of bus travel between places was excellent, and I definitely recommend.
Educational field trips like this are so important because they give students the chance to learn outside the classroom, experience new places, and see how everything they learn connects to the real world. Thanks to Sata, they did an excellent job organizing every part of this trip, from smooth travel arrangement to well-planned activities. Everything was taken care of so that they could focus on enjoying experience. Their attention to detail and dedication made the trip stress-free and unforgettable for both the students and teacher.
Through every journey, Sata's educational trips have shown that learning extends beyond classrooms, sparking curiosity and transforming perspectives. This is where inspiration meets education, creating pathways for a brighter future. Sata, inspiring, educating, transforming.